What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video we're doing a little, let's call it a pep talk. We're doing a little pep talk for the crypto market right here and all its participants. I'm going to talk about why I believe the bull market is not over, and maybe some things that you can do to validate to yourself that the bull market's not over. We're going to go over some things in the charts. It's not going to be a chart-heavy video, but we're going to go over some things in the charts that I use to validate my opinion there that the bull market is not over, okay? If that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? First and foremost, and this is actually inspired by a video that I just made recently, whenever we're talking about Bitcoin and the bull run, right? Talking about Bitcoin's bull market being over. A lot of people throughout this whole cycle, I was saying that we've had very long consolidation phases, multi-month consolidation phases throughout this whole cycle. Here, a lot of people thought the bear market was still alive, that we'd go to lower lows, right? I did up until like this point here, and then we flipped bullish just in the nick of time. But I definitely did it first. A lot of people thought that the bull market was over here, 5.3 theory. 5.33. Do you guys remember 5.33? If you entered the market after this time, you probably don't even know 5.33 because it's the dumbest thing ever. It never existed. It's a BS thing. 5.3 theory. Here we had the double top. Just like the last cycle, it was the end of the bull market. Here, it's the end of the bull market because what the reasons are actually getting dumber and dumber as we go on. The reason here that people are saying that we have the end of the bull market is because there's no more money. Who's going to put their money into the markets now? There's no more money. There's a ton of money in the world. There is so much money in the world. I can't even think of what a good actual reason is for anybody to say that the bull market is over because none of the indicators are flashing. None of the classic cycle peak indicators that we've looked at are flashing at all. And this is something that I said, and this is what really inspired this last video this video here, was that in my most recent Bitcoin video, I said, I'd bet all of you right now, whoever you are, the people who are saying that the bull market's over, that the bear market is starting, that we're in the bear market now, whoever you are, and the people who are hearing people say this, ask this question to the people who are bearish, to the people who say that the bull market's over, okay? Ready? This is the question you ask. You ask, is this your first cycle? I would bet a lot of money that the people who are freaking out here, this is their first bull market, right? And if you say, no, I was around in the last bear market, that's not, I'm talking about, have you been through a full, not the ass end of a bull market, have you been through a full bull market and bear market? A full cycle. A full cycle is one full bull market, one full bear market. Have you been through that? Have you been through one full cycle? If your answer is no, I would bet that you're bearish. I would bet that you're the person that is saying that the bull market's over. How do I know this? How do I know this? And this is based off, and I'm not saying that there aren't any OGs out there, any people who have, and you're not an OG just because you have multiple cycles of experience. I think you need at least 3 cycles at this point, if not more. The true OGs are like in their 4th cycle, right? I'm in my 3rd cycle here. I don't know if I'm an OG, but I've been around since 2015. The true thing here is that it doesn't matter what kind of dynamics you're pulling out, all your little things, all your little statistics, whatever they are. None of these indicators, none of the classic indicators that top off during the bull market have topped off at all. And it doesn't matter how smart you think you are, right? It matters how much experience you have. A lot of people pride themselves on research, and research is very important in this game. But if you're in your first cycle, and no matter how much research you do, it's easy to find bias confirming echo chambers. It's easy to get into the negative side of things and find a bunch of people who think they're super smart talking about how it's the end of the bull market, whenever in reality, they're all just beginners. They're all just beginners. And beginners are wonderful. We need beginners. We need beginners. And not every beginner is bearish on the bull market right now, but beginners look to other people who are sophisticated, who know what they're talking about. Maybe not so sophisticated, but just people with experience, right? And if you can't find people with experience, you find people who seem like they know what they're talking about. And if a beginner is listening to another beginner who's just pretending that they know what they're talking about for whatever reason, maybe they've done their research, they've done a lot of research, that's not enough. You need experience in this game. This is what I was saying in my last video, is that you don't just need, you don't have to be smart in this game to be right. You don't have to be dumb to be wrong, right? It's not like that. It's really experience. The more experience you have, the more likely you are going to prevail to the successful side. The less experience you have, the more likely you're going to fail, because this isn't a game of wits. It's a game of emotion. It's a game of psyche, is what it is. It's not a game of wits. If you think that you have to be smart to make money in this game, you clearly haven't seen the meme coins that exist out here. The people that have made the most money in this market are people who invested in fart coin and dick butt and stuff like that, right? That's those are the people making money, and maybe to some degree that is smart, but it's not about being smart or about being dumb. It's about having experience. And again, I would say the average person, I would bet my not just even the average person, the large majority, like 90%, maybe even like 95% of people who are saying it's the bear market, that the bull market has ended, ask them, is it your first cycle? Not even in a smart ass way, but genuinely inquisitive, right? Like just being genuinely inquisitive. Is it your first cycle? Because if they're saying these things, I would bet with a high degree of certainty it is. Because I can't think of a single OG in the space, somebody that's been in the space as long as me or longer. I can't think of a single one that says the bull market's over. I can't think of a single one. And again, what we're weighing here, not all these OGs are the smartest people, but like they just have experience. Right? There are a lot of them that are. Most of them, they are pretty smart, but experience outweighs sophistication, right? Experience tempers you. And the reality of this is that this bull market, you guys, this bull market here that we're going through, this has been the most trying bull market that I've ever been a part of. Probably undeniably, the most trying bull market that any crypto participant has ever been a part of. If you've been in this from the start, if you've been in this since the last bear market, you are already earning your stripes more than any other first season crypto participant ever has, genuinely. Because this cycle has been longer, more boring, less tenacious, less vibrant than any cycle before, and it's demanded from anybody who's investing more faith than any cycle before. And every cycle demands faith. Every single cycle demands faith. This one, last cycle, while we did have more of a blow off top in a shorter amount of time, we had this kind of, and I guess it wasn't a blow off top, it was a double top, but we had this huge finale rally for the bull run here. We still were tested for a long time. We still did have, imagine this, because while this cycle's been boring, from here for Bitcoin, for a whole 69 weeks, 483 days, a year and a half, we did not see higher highs. We just moved sideways and down for the most part. Like that was pretty trying in itself. We had COVID, all these things, but your faith was tempered there, right? Somehow this is harder. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I feel like this is harder. This whole cycle has been harder. And it's been, if you look at it in comparison, it hasn't been nearly as boring as that last bit was. Here, we just haven't had this exciting part. We haven't had live. And throughout this time, there was, DeFi summer, there was NFTs, stuff like that. There were various exciting things going on in the altcoin ecosystem. The last cycle before that, the 2017, 2015 cycle, was parabolic. It was just straight parabolic. You had major swings you had to sit through, and that's not fun, but it's not boring, right? Boring is worse. This is easier than boring times. It really is. Dropping 40% consistently throughout the whole, it's easier. Because you just know, oh, okay, it's going to come back up. It's parabolic. This stuff was crazy. You had some boring times here you had to temper through, but mainly just absolutely crazy stuff. We've never seen a bull run take shape the way that this one has taken shape. We've never seen one that was so boring, where we had several phases of consolidation that lasted several months, right? This one, we could say it started back in July, but I would argue that we've actually been consolidating since May. We're in the same area now. We moved up here, and we've been consolidating since May, you guys. Normally we get 1 or 2 consolidation phases where they last like 3 months to 5 months or more. Here we've had 4. It's crazy. This cycle is different. It really is different. And all I'm trying to say here is that the people who are calling for this market to be bearish or for the bull market to be over, they're probably leaning on that fact the most, that the bull market's different. But just because it's different does not mean that it's non-existent, right? I've never seen a bull market top off, and what do I know? This is just my 3rd cycle, but I've never seen one top off where there wasn't peak euphoria, where people weren't calling for higher prices. Even last cycle, whenever we were moving sideways, whenever we were, oh, hold on, get my little face back on here. Whenever we were moving sideways, we were being boring. Peak euphoria was here. It wasn't here. It was here. People were still bullish here. We still thought the bull market was coming back. I know I did for a good bit of this. Right? We had to accept the reality that it wasn't there once we started moving down. Different, right? We're here every step of the way. Every step of the way. People have been saying that it's the end of the bull market. It's different. It's completely different, okay? It's also, and that's exactly what I was saying in the beginning, right? It's not about sophistication. It's a game of emotion and psychology. And right now, people are fearful. The market does not top off when people are fearful. You know what the most experted, experienced, well-known investors in the world say? They say, you buy when there's blood and fear in the streets. And that can be taken as a metaphor or as a reality, because sometimes it is a reality. Whenever the world is bloody, at war, in turmoil, sometimes that's the best time, not sometimes, it's the best time to scoop up stocks and cryptos, because people are going to be selling them for the cheap to hold on to dollars, because that's what we do. We just panic sell. We sell off our risk on assets, and that tends to promote very opportunistic moments for people who take them. Or, you know, fear and blood in the streets could be a little bit more of a metaphor in regards to just people freaking the hell out and panic selling, right? Your portfolio's bloody, something like that, right? But I'm getting away from the point. The main point here, you guys, is that none of these indicators have topped off, and we can look at those real quick. Hold on, let me pull this up here. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Bull run, bull market peak indicators, and I'm going to get rid of my big face right here. Okay. Hit or not hit? None of them. Not a single one is hit. You guys remember the alt season indicator? We had that one hit. Where is it? Altcoin index. Where are you? I don't see it. Altcoin season index. It was on for a second and now it's off, right? This one's a little bit more flexible. It doesn't matter. We've had it come on. We've had it come off a couple times. We talked about that in depth. But none of these indicators, none of them, it's red. It's all red, but none of them have a check mark. None of them, right? We're in 100% hold territory. We look at Bitcoin. We look at some indicators that I like to look at that are very simple. We can look at the monthly, real quick. We'll look at the monthly RSI. You guys hear that airplane coming by? Or I think that one's leaving, actually, not coming by. We look at this here. Every bull market in Bitcoin's history, every single one, has gone above the 90. We have not gone above the 90 yet. Not every single cycle. Every single cycle has two peaks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We have two peaks. This peak was lower, but it's on the second peak. We go through here, and you look at this RSI. I know I've showed you guys this before, but if you haven't seen this before, you know, hit that like button, subscribe, right? If this is your first time seeing this, but it's the second peak. It's the second peak. Every single time, it's the second peak. That's where the bull market ends. Or that's where the all-time high is, I should say. I had this peak was off a little bit, my bad. This one was off. There we go. You see, cycle high, cycle high, cycle high, cycle high, right? Every single time. We haven't gotten our two peaks. We haven't gotten above the 90. In fact, what we're doing here on the monthly RSI is more bullish than any other cycle that we've had so far. Consolidating like this, trust when I tell you, again, I've been doing technical analysis for 10 years now, almost 10 years. This is more bullish than it is bearish. It's not even comparable. It is extremely bullish. Not saying it's more bullish than bearish. That makes it sound neutral. This is very bullish behavior right here, okay? This sets us up. We're winding up to make a move higher. One more indicator that we look at and that we will use, we'll watch closely, is the pi cycle top indicator, which has been flawless every single cycle. It's literally been flawless. Flawless and faultless. The pi cycle top, we look at this here. Obviously, we didn't have it in the first cycle. It was already above the green, so it didn't count. But here, pi cycle top to the T, pi cycle top to the T, pi cycle top to the T, and then it doesn't show here, but I'm pretty sure. Well, hold on now. That might be a glitch because I'm pretty sure we did have it flash last cycle. I'm actually very positive. Yeah, we did right there. Yeah, pi cycle top, right there. Now it wasn't the all-time high, but it was the end of the bull market, right? Here, and how the pi cycle top works is when the red line crosses above the green line. Very, very simple. When the red line crosses above the green line here, that's when the top is in. The red line's down here, the green line's up here. For the red line to cross above, and if you notice, if you go through and you watch, let's just look at this real quick. You don't cross the green line and the green line's coming down. You always cross it, the green line is coming up. It's not sloping down, it's sloping up. It's coming up and up and up, right? You cross it on the up and up because it's the cycle high. So what I'm saying by this is that the green line right now is at $200,000. It's at $200,000. By the time we get up there, it's going to be at like $300,000 or more. If we just made a straight move like this, it would be coming up like this. We wouldn't cross until we're at like $400,000, you guys. The bull market is alive and well, and it's got so much more to provide, right? This one and the RSI, those are two indicators that we're going to be watching like a hawk. There's a bunch of other things that we'll take into conjunction as well, or conjecture, whatever, in comparison as well. But the main thing that I want you guys to walk away from here is to just understand that and use this, genuinely use this. If you hear anybody who's convincing you that the bull market is over, ask them, is this your first bull market? Is this your first cycle? Right? And if they say, well, I was in like October, November of 2021, that doesn't count. No, that doesn't count. You have not been through a full cycle yet, right? Not yet. You have to be through a full bull market and a full bear market. If you've done that, then you're probably an oddity. I bet you're gonna be hard pressed to find anybody who's bearish on the current bull market that's been around for a full cycle already. Okay, at least anybody who's profitable. If they're making money, if they're wealthy individuals in the crypto space and they're making money and they're saying things like that, ask the next question. Do you sell paid courses? do you make money in other means besides your trading and investing endeavors? Because you're clearly not doing the right thing there. But I got nothing else for you guys. I'm rambling at this point and talking smack a little bit, I guess. So hit the like button, subscribe. I had a dream that my hair was already growing back, man. It was like poofy. I had like it was crazy grow back, but it is growing fast, but I'm probably going to shave it off a little bit more. We're going to tame it up a little bit here. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm done. The bull market's alive and well. That's the main message of this video, okay? But we probably do have lower to go. We probably do. Take care. Bye-bye.